You're gonna look so good, you're gonna feel so confident. Bruh. I screamed in my head, okay? On top of being completely naked, knees to chest, guys, knees to chest. Also being hairy, and I shut up real quick, like. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cariel. Today we're going to be talking about all things Brazilian wax, and I am so excited to finally be filming it. This is a video that I know you guys have been waiting on for so very long, and I had problems with my camera. I took a little break for a while. None of that really matters. Let's just get right into it. So as you can tell by the title, today I'm actually going to be giving you guys all of the details. We're going to be talking about everything that you guys have wanted to know. I know so many of you actually found me because of my last video that I put up about my Brazilian wax. So in that video, I just showed you guys a vlog basically of me going there, kind of highlighted the place that I went to, but I didn't really get to talk about it. So in this video today, we're going to be talking about it. I'm going to give you guys my tips and tricks for getting waxed for the first time. We're going to be talking about the do's and the don'ts of what you should do before you get waxed, what you shouldn't do, the aftercare. I'm going to be telling you guys about my entire experience from beginning to end. It's going to be a great time. So I really don't know what that is, and I hope it's really helpful for you guys, because I have actually been looking through YouTube near and far to find someone who was explaining, giving all the details, and I really just couldn't find it. So I'm trying to fill that void for you guys, because I wish that I had all the information in one spot, and this is the video. So I'm just going to get right into all the information, and I hope that this is helpful for you guys, and yeah, let's start. I just had some coffee. I'm losing daylight, camera died and all, but we're gonna get this done because I know you guys have been waiting for this for way too long. So I have some notes, I have some stuff written down so I don't forget anything, but if you guys have any other questions, if I don't cover something that you're wondering about, leave your questions down below and I'll answer them. My first tip for you guys, tip number 1, is to make sure that you read all the reviews that you can find online. If you're trying to find a spot, read the reviews. It's worth it. You need to find a place that will fit you, your personality. You want to read up on the people who will be doing your wax. If you can schedule it with a specific person, it'll help you to figure out exactly which person you should schedule your wax with. You can also check out their website. That was a really good decision on my part, because you learn a lot about what the business values are. And yeah, basically once I ended up on the business website for the waxing studio that I went to, they basically captured me. So when I went on there, I really loved the values that I saw in this company. So as you guys saw in my vlog, I went to Wax Studio, and basically the owner, Tatiana, she talked about how she started this waxing studio because she wanted to make sure that everyone who came in felt comfortable. It was never an awkward experience. So on their website it says, our purest intentions are to speed up the process, minimize the pain, and do away with the awkwardness associated with waxing. And I love that because it was my first time, and I just really felt like I needed to feel comfortable in the place. And the owner, I actually read a couple reviews on the two, I don't know what they're called, but basically the people who do the wax. I read up the reviews on them, and I chose Tatiana, who's actually the owner. Everybody just had really great things to say about her. I didn't see any bad reviews about the other person, but the owner was definitely like really hyped up in the reviews, and so I decided that I really needed to book an appointment with her. And also I didn't read the reviews directly from the website, because obviously they'll put in the good reviews only on the website. I checked all over Google for actual reviews. So I expected her to be very nice, like welcoming or whatever, but she made me feel so comfortable from like the first hello. Tatiana really lived up to my expectations. She surpassed my expectations because she was so very welcoming. She made me feel so comfortable. She was really reassuring. The waxing process was very quick and it was great. Honestly, like looking back on it, it was great. And I don't think a lot of people can say that. I told her that it was my first time, and she was like, oh, you're gonna love this in the end. Like, she was literally like, it's gonna be so worth it, you're gonna look so good, you're gonna feel so confident. And I felt it, and by the end of it I was like, yes, this was definitely worth it. And I am so happy that she was my first waxer, I guess. Oh, also, so my second tip number 2, is that if it's your first time, make sure you are open and honest with the person who's going to be doing your wax. Make sure you tell them as soon as you get there. If you're nervous, just let them know, and usually they'll be, at least from like what I've heard, the experiences of my friends, they'll be pretty gentle with you, just because they know that it's your first time. They'll try to calm you down, whatever. For me, I told her it was my first time, and like I said, she was very reassuring, and yeah, things were fine. So the location, getting there was pretty easy. Making the appointment was easy. You just did it online, and then you put in your phone number, and they actually sent you text, is like an automated message to remind you of your appointment a couple days before, and then on the day of the appointment. I actually ended up Ubering to the appointment because I was running late that morning, but either way, it was easy to get to. And yeah, so they're actually only available by appointment, so I don't think you can just walk into the studio if you want to get waxed at this particular one, but they tried to make sure that they were on time with all of their clients, so that was a huge plus. So to get in a little bit deeper into my experience, I actually have a few questions that you guys asked me on my last live. When I launched my last video, I actually did it as a premiere, so we had a live chat, and during my live chat I got a few questions, and then I got some follow-up questions afterwards on Instagram, so I'm going to get into those questions with you guys now. So the first question that I have here is, was it awkward? Bruh. Okay, so no, it wasn't awkward for me. Like, in general, I would say I'm pretty comfortable with my body, but like being completely naked in front of a stranger is just not an experience that you can really be prepared for. And then on top of that, you're not supposed to like shave for a certain period of time before you get waxed. So on top of being completely naked, also being hairy, not like, okay, so you can groom yourself, you can still make sure that you're neat, you just can't shave. Like, if your hairs are too short, then the wax won't be able to hold on to it, and then they won't be able to get it out. We'll talk about that a little bit later. I knew, I guess, that these are people who see naked people every day, so I wasn't very concerned about it. But if that's something that you're concerned about, I definitely would just say, just remember, like, they are professionals, they do this all the time, they probably see a million people a day, they see enough. It's okay, it's something that they're used to, they're professionals, everything will be fine, and if you choose the right person, it won't be awkward at all. I was actually talking to one of my friends, and she was like, she actually hasn't been waxed before, and so she was like, it must have been so awkward to like bend over to like get your butt waxed, because with the Brazilian wax you get everything, like all of your hair is taken off. I mean, they did give the option of if you wanted a strip or like something, but I was just, nah, I got the full Brazilian. So actually, you don't have to bend over if that's something you're wondering, like how do they get out there. You basically just like lift your legs like over your head, so you're like lying down and you lift your legs, knees to chest, guys, knees to chest. When I thought about filming this video, I was like, it's definitely not gonna be a big deal, because my actual job, in my actual like 9-to-5 job, it's literally my job to talk about awkward things, or things that are usually like considered awkward, and like I have no problem with that. But I think it's a little weird right now because I know that I'm talking to a camera, and I know that this is gonna be on my YouTube channel, but it's still fine because it's information that's needed. Because when I was searching this on YouTube, I just couldn't find someone who was actually like giving all the details of like what you should expect from a wax. There were a lot of videos where people were like, oh my god, like it hurt so much and blah blah blah, like being very dramatic, like this is my first time, and I just don't think that it needs to be that way. So that's why I wanted to film this video, and I hope that you guys enjoy it, and I hope that it helps you guys. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like this video so that more people can see, more people can learn. I'm kind of documenting my life so that I can hopefully look back on it and see the progress that I've made, hopefully. I focus a lot on productivity, fitness, skincare, self-care, wellness. So if you like those things, if you're interested, I do a lot of vlogs. Subscribe. Okay, so the next question that I was asked, in your live chat you said that you had to try not to scream. Did it really hurt that much? How much did it hurt? Was it really that bad? So the first like strip that she took off, yes, it hurt, and I did like, I was just like I wasn't gonna scream because I'm not that dramatic, but like I screamed in my head, okay? Because I just wasn't expecting it. Like, I knew that it would hurt, but it just like, it was like ripping off a band-aid, which can be bad, but it actually just wasn't that bad. And I definitely kind of exaggerated a little bit during my live chat. Like, it was not that bad. So my tip number 4 would just be to openly communicate with the person who's doing the wax. So if it really hurts and you need to take a break, tell your waxer, because that's what I did. So like I said, she was very, very friendly. We actually started having a conversation right before she started waxing. So I actually had my wax done in DC while I was visiting right before I went to Trinidad for Carnival. And I told Tatiana, the waxer, that I was just visiting for a while, and she's like, oh, where are you from? So I was telling her I was from Croix, blah blah blah. And basically she told me that she actually worked down here like specifically in Croix before she opened up her own business. I thought that was really cool. So we were talking about that when she like pulled off the first one, and boy I was just like, I was mid-sentence and I shut up real quick. Like, I could not. It was a lot, okay? But it wasn't that bad. So what she did is she pulled it off and then she put some pressure on it right after. So like, it hurt, but it was fine, especially because she put the pressure on it right after. It was quick pain, so it wasn't that bad. I would say it was maybe like a 7 out of 10 just for the first one. For the rest of them, I'd probably say it was more like a 4 out of 10. Okay, but again, after each one she put pressure on it, so it wasn't so bad. So yeah, I literally told her like, I want to have this conversation, like, you're really making me feel very comfortable, like things are great, but I really just can't talk right now. So for the rest of it, she was still talking to me. I think like, because she's been doing it for so long, she definitely knows how to like talk without speaking in a way that she needed responses. So things were like fine after that. It still wasn't awkward. There wasn't like an awkward silence or anything, so that was nice. So my next tip, I think this is tip number 5, is to make sure that you ask about your wax options. So specifically this wax studio, they have different types of waxes, and basically depending on the part of your body that you're waxing, they'll use a different type so that it pretty much keeps your skin as healthy as it can be. So they have waxes for more sensitive areas, which is really nice, and it's definitely good to ask about those options, especially if it's your first time. The next question I got is, was it expensive? So I think depending obviously on where you go, it's going to be more or less expensive depending on who you go to, their experience, definitely like the location, whatever. So for me it was $60, and then so $60 for your first time, and then if you do maintenance after that, then it gets cheaper. Sadly, I will not be able to go see her again anytime soon because she's in DC, and you're supposed to get waxed to like keep it maintained every month, and because of Corona, who knows when I'm going to be getting my next wax. Another one that I was asked is, was there pain in different areas? It was definitely a little bit more painful up at the top. Like I said, like the first area that she pulled, when she got to the butt, there was like basically no pain really. Like, it really wasn't bad there at all. But she definitely did switch to like a different kind of wax for like getting closer between my legs. So that's the end of like these questions, but if you guys have any more questions, be sure to leave them down below. Okay, don't worry guys, we are wrapping up this video. The last thing that I want to do is just give you guys a list of things of what you should do to prepare for your first time getting waxed, and every time. And then also I'm going to give you guys a list of things that you should do to care for yourself after you get your wax for the first time and any other time. So for your prep, be clean, make sure you shower. Okay, that should be, I mean, you should know that, but you know, make sure you're clean. I know when I got to my waxing place, they had some wipes and stuff there anyway, in case you just wanted to make sure that you were extra clean right before they started waxing. So that's also an option, but just make sure you're clean before you get there, please. Number 2, don't shave. Like I said before, if your hairs are too short, the wax will not be able to hold onto the hair to pull it up. Personally, I don't really have any problems with like having a little bit of stubble in between getting waxed. You'll obviously have some stubble in between your first few waxes, but as time goes on, your hair will start to grow back slower and thinner, so you won't really have to worry too much about that. And then again, like I said, you're supposed to get waxes about every month just to maintain it, make sure that your hair stays low. If you know that you just don't have a high tolerance for pain at all, or just like a tolerance at all for pain, you can do your research, make sure you talk to your doctor. I've heard that you can take pain relievers beforehand to kind of alleviate some of that pain that you may feel before getting waxed. For me personally, after I got waxed, like I felt like a slight warmth, I guess, for like the next like 10 minutes after the wax, but it was fine after that. Like I didn't feel any pain or anything after I got the wax. No one asked me this specifically, but I think some people might be wondering if you can get waxed if you're on your period or if you are pregnant. Specifically, this place that I went to, they said yes, you can, but definitely make sure that you ask the person before you go if that's a possibility. Lastly, aftercare. No swimming, no working out. Make sure you wear loose clothes for the next few days after your wax. If you have a really good waxer, they're definitely going to give you that list. But just make sure again that you're doing your research and you tell them that it's your first time. And make sure you ask any questions if you have any questions. Exfoliate, get a sugar scrub. It's all natural. I bought one personally. It's actually in that last vlog, so if you're interested in the one that I use, it's in my vlog, which I'll link up here and down in the description box. Yeah, you have to exfoliate, but you only start exfoliating about 2 days again after you get your wax. That just makes sure that everything stays nice and smooth and you're getting rid of those dead skin cells and everything to prevent yourself from getting ingrown hairs. And I really like the scrub that I use. I mean, I'm pretty sure like any other scrub probably would have been fine too, but I haven't had to worry about any ingrown hairs or anything since. And I've been like shaving, obviously, because I can't go anywhere to get waxed during quarantine, and using this scrub has really helped. I haven't gotten any ingrowns or anything. And the last thing that I have here is you can't go to spas or saunas, or I have a lotion. I don't know what I was writing. Yeah, you shouldn't go to any spas or saunas, basically. You don't want to introduce any unnecessary bacteria or anything into your skin, into your hair follicles. You know, you don't want to get any infections or anything. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please subscribe, like this video so that other people can find it, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions, any suggestions. If you just want to say hey, say hey. I really want this to be a community where we can talk to each other and help each other out. So if you're interested in that, then I am very happy to have you here. I actually wanted to thank you guys actually for subscribing. We are at 150 subscribers now, and I cannot wait to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. So if you want to help me reach that goal, also another reason for you to subscribe. Okay, that's all I have for you guys today, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!